The question is कि कितना पैसा देता है Mercedes?
Specific to Mercedes India, they were looking for someone who understood the ERP. They were
Okay.
focusing on someone who understood the ERP and the finance function, who has seen the finance function. So my pro tip that I want to share with everyone is that.
So great. Hello everyone. And today we have one of our student who got placed into Mercedes-Benz, right? And it's a dream where a lot of people wanted to have this car, to be honest. I also have one of the dream, right? And one of our student got placed into that company. So first of all, congratulations on that. I'm really happy that you got placed into Mercedes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much.
So कैसा लगता है, राइट? मतलब आप दिन रात ऐसे मर्सिडीज देखती होगी, वहां पे जाते होंगे, राइट? एंड ऑल एवरीवेयर यू सी मर्सिडीज आउट. तो हाउ डज इट फील वर्किंग देयर एंड what is your journey, how you reached it out? वो थोड़ा सा बताइए.
Yes. So I'll start with a little about myself, very little. So my name is Sandhya Shendre. I'm from Bidar, Karnataka, and I've qualified as a chartered accountant in May 23. So I've joined Mercedes just recently in September, and they have the only plant in India is in Pune, Chakan, and it is spread across 125 acres. So it's a
Okay.
proper plant, manufacturing plant. So we have a single building in that जहाँ पे हमको access है. बाकी फैक्ट्री में हमको एक्सेस नहीं है ज्यादा. सो वहाँ पे we go there, etc., and it's the premises is full of roads, etc., and there are many times in days I see that oh भाई गाड़ी जा रही है. वो स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा सा बहुत रहता है कि वाओ
Right.
मर्सिडीज मर्सिडीज मर्सिडीज. नाउ इट आई gotten used to it. So yes, वो लोग टेस्ट ड्राइव्स वगैरह करते हैं वहीं पे. सो मर्सिडीज इट्स स्पेशल. देखते हैं तो भी ऐसा लगता है भाई क्या कार है.
Great.
So that's about my day-to-day life. Other than that, I'll start with the interview process if we can.
Yeah. So what was your journey of interview process?
Yes, so basically I haven't अलग से applied in Mercedes. पहले क्या हुआ, मैंने सबसे पहले optimize करा अपना LinkedIn account and मेरा नौकरी account as per GI और guidance etc. फिर उसके बाद Mercedes doesn't hire directly.
Okay.
For the management trainee role especially. So I'm a management trainee in finance there. So they do not hire directly. They have a agency that hires. So the person from the agency saw my Naukri profile, she got my resume, etc. Then she got in touch with me.
Okay.
So that was how it started. So coming to the interview rounds and processes, there were only 3 rounds, let's say. First was the pre-screening round done by the agency itself. She called me and she asked the very basic questions, a little bit of introduction, my work profile in my industrial training, and expected CTC location. They were very particular about location. They wanted someone who has seen Pune, who knows Marathi a little bit. So that was there, and experience other than as a qualified chartered accountant, if there was any. I didn't have any experience post qualification, so that wasn't a deciding factor anyway.
Okay.
So after that, I got a call from the Mercedes HR, who is the actual HR from Mercedes. So they got in touch with me. They on 8th August, my first round of interview happened.
Okay. Just also wanted to stop you out, since you mentioned that Naukri is important and LinkedIn is important. Just also wanted to highlight on how important that is, matlab, in terms of getting a jobs or in terms of updating the profiles on Naukri and LinkedIn. Just a bit. Yeah.
Okay, sir. LinkedIn, I have optimized a lot of LinkedIn. I have done industrial training from Hindalco, and that industrial training opportunity I got from LinkedIn itself.
Great.
And in my process for getting jobs after becoming a CA, many of the calls from directly from LinkedIn. हम थोड़ा सा नौकरी को अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं क्योंकि वहां पे थोड़ा मतलब जो मेन फोकस होता है वहां से जॉब्स ज्यादा नहीं आते हैं, आजू बाजू के ज्यादा आते हैं. But it is very important to stay updated on Naukri also, because companies like Mercedes, say Deloitte, etc., they hire from Naukri as well, especially agencies. They keep an eye on Naukri all the time. So आपका एक 55 minutes का वीडियो है नौकरी सेशन पे, वो मैंने देखा था. आफ्टर दैट आई गॉट दैट कॉल. थैंक गॉड मैंने वो तब देख लिया था.
Great.
So I optimized my account, chartered accountant, May 23, etc., etc., etc. So yes, so it is very important to not underestimate any of the important job portals.
Got it. Got it.
So that,
Great.
yeah, that is what I think.
Yes. So you can continue with the second round. What was second round? What happened there?
Yes, first was the pre-screening. Second was a very brief half an hour round. So the first thing, so the general manager of finance himself, like finance lead of Mercedes, took my interview. There was a HR shadowing the call. So he basically, we spent a lot of time on introduction. I think like 10 minutes we spent on introduction because he wanted to get to know me. I had already told that मैं पुणे से ही हूँ, मैंने पुणे में 4 साल बिताया है. So he wanted to get to know how comfortable I am with Pune.
Right.
So yeah, introduction is very important. I had literally practiced my introduction in front of the mirror. Like if something has to go wrong, it will go wrong in the introduction itself. So introduction is very important. That is the first point. ये HR में भी आप बहुत sorry GIR में भी आप बहुत ज़्यादा focus करके बताते हो. So yes,
कोई तो
thank you
मेरी
for
बात
that.
सुना, चलो अच्छा लगा.
नहीं,
Right.
I think बहुत लोगों ने जिन ने GIR लिया रहेगा उनका सबका यही कहना रहेगा. सबका ओपिनियन यही रहेगा कि भाई बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, प्रैक्टिस करनी भी जरूरी है. हम लिखते बहुत ज्यादा है बट प्रैक्टिस नहीं करते. द आर्ट ऑफ स्पीकिंग शुड बी देयर. The tones, the expressions, etc. That should be there. So that I got to know from GIR itself.
Great.
So yes. So in the first interview, when they sent me the JD on mail, उस पे थोड़े से questions थे. So basically it is an accounts receivable role. उस accounts receivable के function में role था उनका. But it is मतलब switch वगैरह हो सकता है. We'll get into that later, I think, when I will speak a little bit about the role. So in this interview, they talked about especially the revenue recognition part. A lot of questions were based on the revenue recognition part. Because they are in the automobile industry, they asked me how cars are built, what is the billing when EMI happens, what is the billing when there's advance, then there's invoicing, then there's balance payment. So they asked me like steps, like just the entries, say accounting entries की क्या होती है इसमें. And then बहुत ब्रीफ सा इंटरव्यू था. एंड देन उसके बाद उन्होंने एक बेसिक क्वेश्चन पूछा डेबिट नोट और क्रेडिट नोट के बारे में, which I unfortunately मैंने गलत आंसर दे दिया.
Oh, okay.
But it was okay. It was like at the end of the interview. But he very nicely corrected me. He was smiling and he said कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं, ऐसा होता है. I was like, okay, fine. I got a little demotivated, but then I was like, let's see what happens. Then after that interview, um, they after that interview, after like 1 or 2 days, I think they decided to go further with my candidature. So the HR got in touch with me for some background checking authorization. उनको sign करके देना था वो form कि हम आपका background check कर रहे हैं and you have authorized us, etc. Personal data usage का authorization, a very small part in their interview process, मतलब recruitment process. After that, there was a final round. For which it was मतलब मैंने पहली बार ही ऐसे कहीं पे देखा है. They wanted me to make a PowerPoint presentation. They gave me a case study basically.
Okay.
Yes. So they gave me a case study on the mail itself. So I got this mail on 14th August something, and they said ki you have time till 15th August 4 p.m. to get this to make this presentation and send it to us, and we'll conduct the interview on 18th August.
Okay.
So on 14th August, शाम में, I was actually frustrated कि मतलब PPT. I haven't generally seen PPT in interviews, but then I was like, okay, करना है, because it's interview है, देना ही है. In that mode, we are like, जो भी है करना है भाई, job चाहिए.
Right.
So I sat down, I made the whole PPT. So in PPT, they had asked about 2-3 main aspects. One was about me. It was purely advertising myself. It was about me, five very sharp or biggest achievements about me, and 5 aspects about myself, my learnings, etc. It could be anything. 5 aspects about myself. So these were 3 about me types. Then उसके बाद they gave me the proper case study and उसपे questions थे. There were 2 parts. One was pure accounting entries कि कैसे होगा, and the second part was theory part. ठीक है, theory part में they asked about what are the steps for debt recovery, what are the safeguards against bad debts, etc. ऐसे 2-3 सवाल पूछे थे उन्होंने. So
Got
I
it.
had to give a very point by point nice brief answer to them. So मैंने ये 11 slides में वगैरह खत्म कर दिया था ये PPT. They didn't want it to be too long, crisp and concise.
Got it.
So on 18th, I sent it by 4:15 p.m. on 15th August. Then on 18th August, they got me the final interview happened. I was presenting the PPT on
So
Zoom
you
itself.
need to prepare it out and you need to present it in front of them, right?
Yes, yes. मैं भी इसमें confused थी, so I called up HR and I said, I have to present it or just sending the PPT was that's it. उतना ही था, या I have to present it. She said, you have to present it.
Right. मुझे शायद
So
एक स्टूडेंट से इस चीज के लिए कॉल भी आया था. Still remember it out, right? Was it you or someone? Right? Someone called me out to ask the same question. I said ask to an HR. But just also wanted to know, so ये जो case study दे रहे हैं, it's more of a business case study, right?
Yes, उनका जो डे टू डे एक्टिविटी होता है, बिलिंग का हो, रेवेन्यू का हो, अकाउंट्स रिसीवेबल का हो, उस पे बेस्ड था वो केस स्टडी, लाइक वेरी specific to their company, their day to day activity.
Got it. Great.
Yes.
So what happened once you started presenting?
Yes, it went very smooth. So in that call, not only the finance lead was present, the Indian head, whole, मतलब pan India head of Mercedes of talent acquisition, yani basically HR head for pan India, she was also there. And she is 30 plus years experience. So I was, आपने GIR में सिखाया था कि सबको research करके बैठना है.
Right.
So I researched her and I saw her history. Then I was like, impress करना पड़ेगा. I have to be on my toes and, give my best.
Right.
So yes, so this thing started, presentation started. I was speaking and they were asking some questions in between itself. I presented the whole, it went up to 1 hour and 15 minutes. उसमें से almost 45 minutes मेरा presentation था. With the both way interaction tha, not just one way, not just me presenting. So I explained the entries as well. It was a pure accounts receivable ka case study. They had asked what will happen, what will be the tax impact. There was a specific question on stock transfer.
अच्छा.
उसमें GST का क्या impact आता है, उसकी journal entry ended, and then they asked me specifically about then they specifically asked me about the relocation, because they were very particular about the relocation, and there is no work from home here. They believe in working from office, and घर जाके भी ऐसा कुछ you have to be on the laptop, etc. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It's very calm and chill. The office is very nice. So yes, that's about the interview process. Then on the same day, Sham mein, HR gave me a call that you have been selected and this is the offer. We are like, I will send your offer across the mail and you have to reply by Monday. So they gave me almost 3 days ka time. They wanted immediate joining, but मुझे relocate होना था तो मैंने थोड़ा extra time ले लिया था. They understood it and they supported me in all ways possible.
Great. So you have given this interview, plus also you might have given a lot of interviews out. Just I wanted to ask you, right, what are the things which majorly the interview is looking for, and what are the skill sets which are going to be tested in the interviews?
Okay, so generally is the confidence, technical knowledge, practice.
Right.
And pre-screening calling ka answer. These are very important.
Very
and
important.
specific to Mercedes India, they were looking for someone who understood the ERP. They were focusing on someone who understood the ERP and the finance function, who has seen the finance function. So for someone like me who has done industrial training from Hindalco, in the core finance function, I had a chance to see the ERP. मतलब Oracle था वहाँ पे Hindalco में, and I got a chance to see it from very closely. And when we joined, there were a lot of issues, and we got to see it very closely कि कैसे चीजें flow होती है ERP में, be it from the retail side or inventory side. So I think that helped me a lot in making them understand कि I don't know all the aspects, but I know the basic understanding. So even
Alright.
Mercedes has retail system alag se, then they have their SAP, then they also have their inventory in SAP itself. But these three are integrated, and we have to be like we have to make sure that the integration is happening on time with accuracy, etc. So yes, that was what helped me in getting this role.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Nee, great. I think great things which you have shared, right? And also wanted to know how much it impacts if you have done an industrial training. Does it impacts when you're giving a job interviews?
Yes, sir. So when I was doing my articleship, I think in the second year, I realized that I want to be in the corporate and I wanted to do something in finance. I didn't want to do anything in the core CA subjects like audit, taxation. मेरे interest के नहीं लग रहे थे मुझे वो. So that is the reason I took up industrial training, and I specifically wanted it in finance, not in taxation or etc. Industrial training सारे departments में होती है, but majorly finance में होती है. So it has helped me a lot to understand about the corporates कैसे काम करती हैं, because the volume of transactions and the activities are so huge. You have to be uh, very careful, at the same time very मतलब there's a lot of procedures you have to follow.
Got it.
In our CA firms ऐसे वैसे adjustments चल जाते हैं, but I don't think in corporates आप बैठ के कुछ भी manual adjustments कर सकते हो. It is always posing a risk. So it's very important that you understand the systems, and that I understood in industrial training. That was the biggest advantage of doing the industrial training. And of course, on the resume, I got a brand, I got something like a unique selling point of myself, that I have been in the corporate for a year, so I know what is this like to be in a corporate. You don't have to train me about, of course, training is important, but you don't have to like ABC मुझे पढ़ाने नहीं पड़ेगा corporates के बारे में. So I have a
True.
little experience. So it was my unique selling point when it came to finding jobs after CA.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. So one last pro tip before we close this session out, कि आप एक ऐसी चीज बताना चाहते हो to the students or audience those who are watching in, right? Of course, students का मुझे पता है एक favorite question आएगा comment section में और जिसमें सबसे ज्यादा like आएंगे. I'll tell you the question also. The question is कि कितना पैसा देता है Mercedes, but हम आंसर बता रहे हैं, हम नहीं बताने वाले हैं, right? Right. This is something which is confidential, right? But of
Yeah.
course, decent पैसा मिलता है, right? And that is there. So a lot of things which are there which we cannot disclose, but yes, it's important कि आपको आपका dream job मिले, right? That is what we are going to be helping you out with. Yes, the last pro tip which you want to share with students out.
Yes. So my pro tip that I want to share with everyone is that don't always run behind the job role or the salary package, either one of them. Because as freshers, I think it is very important to get to know about the market, about what happens in a company and where you want to work. आपका मतलब वो core passion क्या है? So I think we can spend at least like 1, 2, 3 years as मतलब especially after qualification to find that out, and for the rest of the life वो तो करना ही है, job तो करना ही है, मतलब बोल रही हूँ आपसे. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप एकदम से कुछ डिसाइड करके हार्ड एंड फास्ट ऐसा ना करें कि इतना सैलरी मिल रहा है तो मैं यहाँ पे चले जाता हूँ. सी आपको इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है क्या, एंड नहीं भी आ रहा है और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है तो कर लो जॉइन, नो प्रॉब्लम. So that is the tip I want to give. See the growth perspective more than the money or the role. If you get to learn, be there. Same happened with industrial training. I got an opportunity and I took it. There was no doubt in the back of my mind. So that is one tip I'm going to finish this off.
Got it. Got it. So great, great. Really happy to have an interview with you and a great conversation, right? And definitely जब मुझे मर्सिडीज लेना होगा मैं आपको जरूर याद करूंगा, right?
बिल्कुल
But
सर,
yes,
याद
so
ही नहीं, आप मुझे कॉल करें, आप ऑफिस आए, मैं आपको लेके जाऊंगी. उनका एक
अच्छा.
बहुत ही सही कस्टमर एक्सेलेंस सेंटर भी खुला है रिसेंटली मर्सिडीज का, एंड इट इज लिट
अच्छा.
वेरी वेरी नाइस. आई हैव बीन देयर.
हम्म.
कैंपस मतलब प्रीमाइसेस में ही है. इट इज वेरी नाइस, यू शुड
Great.
डेफिनेटली विजिट.
Great, great, great. So great, Sandhya. Thanks for joining in and wish you all the best for your career ahead. Stay in touch, right? And if any help needed, do let me know. And if audience have any
Yes,
more
sir.
queries, any more doubts, right, you can put it in the comment section. Right? We try and help the students out to place into the dream companies, and we ensure that कि आप at least कोशिश करें अपने dream company तक पहुंचने का, right? That is what our dream and vision which we are working for. So great, Sandhya. Thanks and bye bye.
Thank you for having me, sir. Thank you so much.